We are on the ground today in the Kinston Centerra Master Plan community in Loveland, Colorado. Welcome back to the Mile High Living channel. I'm your host, Mitch Maffey, and I'm super excited to show you guys what Bridgewater Homes is building here. Let's go take a look. Welcome to the Camden floor plan by Bridgewater Homes here in Loveland, Colorado. Now, throughout all of the years and all of the hundreds of homes that we have toured as real estate brokers, this floor plan by this builder consistently rises to the top of my favorites list. I think this plan packs a serious punch for its weight class. Now we've got 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and 4,778 finished square feet with a base price of $750,000. And as the model has been optioned and decorated by the builder, we're looking at about 1.3 to recreate everything that we're gonna show you. Now, coming right here into the main living space, we have an absolutely stunning gourmet kitchen with stainless steel appliances throughout and a very nice touch that I haven't seen in a lot of homes that we've toured yet, a pot filler. This is an option that the builder can do. Of course, as I would expect in a home of this price, we've got beautiful shaker style cabinets that are all soft close. We've got plenty of drawers throughout that are just deep enough to be able to put your pots, your pans, anything large in there, matching that soft close. This is a very nice farmhouse style sink with the built-in in-sink aerator, the standalone range, which has been beautifully decorated over to just look like it's a wood accent piece, microwave tucked away, and again, a nice sized corner pantry. So you've actually, it might be a little deceiving because of the camera, there's actually a decent amount of space. You can fit multiple Costco trips in that pantry. Now, one of my favorite pieces of the kitchen itself, according to my iPhone's measuring app, I didn't measure this with a tape measure, so take that with a grain of salt. According to my iPhone, we've got a 10.5 foot long kitchen island, and as you can see how they've staged it, you have room for 5 people at the island, plus an entire eat-in nook just right off the kitchen. So if you have a big family, if you're one that likes to entertain and have tons of people over, you have plenty of space for everybody to plant themselves. Now, spreading out into the rest of the main floor here, I love how beautiful this stone sealed gas fireplace is. It really kind of anchors your eyes as you walk in, and it just gives the space a cozier feel. Now, the home itself has 9-foot tall ceilings, but in most plans, including this one, the family room area rises all the way to 11. So you actually gain some additional headspace. It just makes the home itself feel much bigger. So separate from the primary suite and off of the main entrance and entryway here, we have our secondary bedrooms. So to show you kind of the space and the size we're working with, there is quite the contraption that has been staged as the bunk bed. Now the secondary bedrooms do continue to carry that 9-foot tall ceiling. So the room itself feels really big, but you do actually, footprint size, you do have space if you wanted to get a king size bed in here. Closet in the back, not the largest closet, but it is still a walk-in. You've got plenty of storage space. Jack and Jill bathroom into the secondary bedroom. Now this builder has optioned it or staged it as an office, and they've kind of optioned the model here as this being a permanent office because of the built-in bookshelf and desk space that we have in this room. This is one of those things that the builder can in fact build for you if you did want a dedicated office space. Frankly, because we work primarily from home and a lot of people do these days, I think this would be great because of the space in the finished basement. You can make up for that lack of upstairs bedroom. Now to showcase to you guys the way that Bridgewater has laid out the property, I want to show you now the primary suite, which actually is this entire side of the house, going all the way back to right there where the half bath is in the main floor. This entire back side is primary suite. Now let's head right in there to show you. Now, of course, in the model home, they're going to showcase a bunch of different options. That engineered hardwood floor they've carried into the primary suite, which is really cool to see. Most builders are hard set on carpet in the bedrooms, keep the LVP and the engineered flooring in the high traffic areas, but it's cool to see that this is an option that you can do. Now this is a full king size bed, it's low to the ground, but to show you just how much space we're working with here, those 9-foot ceilings carry into the suite as well. They've built in a nice little seating bench for the windows over there. Now carrying on through the primary suite, might get a little echoey on me, but we are now in the bathroom, which has its own separate shower and tub. Now this is just one configuration that you can do. I know for a fact that Bridgewater does do very nice big showers. So if you wanted just a bigger shower, say you're not somebody that uses a tub, you don't want a tub, there's plenty of space here to build you a nice big shower. Now this already is a decent size. I mean, I have to move a little bit. I'm standing pretty centered in the shower. Again, tiled all the way up, which is just one of those small details that I like to point out every time that we see it, because sometimes builders will cut corners. You know, it would probably save them, you know, a couple $100, but when you carry that out to 40, 50 homes in the community, it does add up, but I love to see the attention to detail that they've put all the way through. I gotta tell you, I love this darker, it kind of almost looks a little bluish, depending on the way the light is hitting it. But again, soft close in the bathrooms as well. So all of the cabinetry in the home is soft close. I love this style mirror. I don't know, I haven't gotten confirmation if this is just mirrors they did for the staging or if these are the actual mirrors that they put in the home when it's completed, but I love the backlit of it, and I love that the pendant lights are right here. Now we walk right by it. Right here is a linen closet, linen shelves, water closet right here with a pocket door. So the door, you just pull on this, and it slides closed. That does have a locking feature. Now walking in, again, to showcase all of the different built-ins that these guys can do that you can option in their home. We've got a full dresser over here and absolute tons of storage space. Plenty of space to hang things up, to set things here. This is wild. Now we're gonna keep walking this way because right off of the primary suite is what will be a mudroom, but also your laundry room with the sink. Again, the shaker cabinetry that is all soft close carries throughout the entire home. Now, as an option, I'm sure a lot of people would love to have this. This is a dog washing station. 99% of people in Colorado have dogs, so having a dedicated shower for them so you don't have to clean dog hair out of the drain in your shower is just a very nice touch. Now I said outside or in the main floor here that the basement on this home is finished, and we'll head down there in just a second, but I want to show you guys the outside space as well. Of course, since it's the model, it's been completely landscaped and fully manicured, but to show you the scale of the covered patio options that you can do with Bridgewater, I want to take you out here. This is absolutely stunning, a stamped concrete covered patio with a fireplace. I mean, hell, if you're an entertainer, get yourself a nice waterproof TV mounted out here. It's 12-foot meat in the middle. It's not quite the big wall of opening glass, but it still does a very nice job at providing some indoor-outdoor living space, especially since here in Northern Colorado, we've got 300+ days a year of sunshine. You can actually enjoy your space most of the year. Now, let's head downstairs and look at the finished basement. Now, the basement in the Camden floor plan is an additional 1,600 square feet, but I wanted to show you guys how they laid it out to give you an idea of what you can do with this space. Again, I think I've seen more built-ins in this house than any of the last 3 communities we've done tours on. Underneath the stairs here, they kind of optioned it as a little tiny wine cellar. I mean, they put, what is that? Is that tile or is that hardwood? That's engineered, but it's interesting to see it underneath the stairs, but it's pretty cool. I mean, maybe not a wine cellar because I don't see any humidity controls or anything like that, but wine shelving, if you will. Now, option down here, of course, you can do extra bedrooms, extra bathrooms. We've actually got what will be a home theater. It is multiple tiers in the floor, so I bet you, actually, now that I say that, this is a structural change, so I bet this is optioned as a home theater. So if you want a home theater room, you've got plenty of space to do it in this floor plan and in this home. I mean, this is huge. You probably put a 100-inch TV on this wall, or actually, no. They've got pre-wires for a projector and for the sound system. So this is a dedicated home theater option right there. We've got storage behind this door. Nothing crazy, it's just concrete, but despite having 1,600, all of this extra square footage in the basement, you do still have room to put things. It's not like you're giving up your storage space just to have the finished basement. Now, these are, according to the spec sheet that Bridgewater is doing, these are 2x6 with R21 insulation throughout the home. So really good insulation there for you. Now coming back through the basement, we've got an additional kind of seating area and an entire wet bar. You can put a mini fridge down here, Lazy Susan in the corner that you'll see when you come over here. So just tons and tons and tons of space if you like to host, if you like to entertain, seeing what you can do with this particular floor plan, the Camden. Now coming back here, we have an additional bedroom. So here's the proper third bedroom. I told you upstairs, it's a 3-bedroom. Obviously there's tons of space to do more bedrooms. The model is optioned with the 3rd bedroom. Here is that 3rd bedroom. If you remember upstairs, we had the primary, we have the secondary bedroom, but that 3rd one was an office. So here's our 3rd with a walk-in closet. It does carry the same ceiling size. We've got 9-foot ceilings in the basement as well. Now coming back here, this is what I love about Bridgewater that I haven't seen another builder option. You've got a home gym down here as well. Obviously the workout equipment isn't hooked up and isn't included, but to show you what you can do with the space, I love how much that they have included in their design. And then we walked right by it, but over here is an additional bathroom, again with the tile floor and the tile all the way up in the shower, all the way to the ceiling. The attention to detail in this home and in this floor plan, or not in this floor plan, but the attention to detail, I guess, throughout Bridgewater Homes line of models is just unmatched. All right, now this is the Ainsley floor plan by Bridgewater Homes, and it's the first time that they have built it in a way that it's available for us to walk through. Since it is an active inventory home, that means it's fully optioned out, fully built out. If you're interested in buying a spec home within a community like this, you'd be able to just walk into the sales office, write the contract, and you're good to go in 30 days like a traditional closing. You don't have to wait for the dirt to be moved and the 8 to 12 weeks or the 6 months, whatever it is that the builder's telling you on time. Now, like I said, this is the first time they have built this home in a community. It's the first time it's been semi-modeled. They came in, they staged it after it was completed. So it's the first time that I've seen it and that you guys have seen it. So I'll give you the rundown of it. It's 4,937 square feet. We've got 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a 3-car tandem garage. Price right now, as this home sits, is $989,990. So a little bit less than the model that we just showed you guys, the Camden floor plan, while being comparable in size. So we just kind of walked through the main floor here, but I want to show you guys everything. If you look over here, we've got a beautiful, beautiful L-shaped kitchen. I'll point out all the things that I normally point out that I love to show you guys. One, we've got matching quartz everywhere. We don't have a contrasting island like I've seen some builders do. We have a nice dual oven setup over here. We've got a standalone range, and our microwave is off in its own world. I prefer when microwaves are not the ranges. I just think it looks better, it feels better, it's more usable in day-to-day life. Pantry over here is pretty deep. It goes back here pretty far, and I didn't turn the light on, so you won't be able to see me very well. But, oh, there it is. So the pantry goes far back here, which kind of almost like a, what's the movie? The wardrobe that's like this big, the Narnia movie. You open the door and holy cow, it's huge. Like you wouldn't expect because this is the same type of door and type of corner pantry that almost every single builder these days is doing, only you open it and it's just shelf and then shelf. There's no actual space to put stuff back. Now, of course, as to be expected, we do have very nice soft close drawers and cabinets, which, as much as I want to say I would expect it to be in a home of this price, you'd be shocked the amount of builders that still aren't doing that and still aren't optioning that. Now, right off of our kitchen here, we have our kind of dining room eat-in nook space for you. There's not another room in the front that we just skipped past and didn't show you guys. This is where your dining room table will go. And I love how the main floor, kind of the center focal point of the family room here, is this beautiful fireplace. Just gives the whole space this grandiose feel, paired with the super tall ceilings, almost coffered because of the offset here. Not quite, but this family room feels very large. Now, I walked past it, but I'll show you guys real quick before we move on to the front of the house, and we'll save the primary suite for last. Nice big 12-foot, neat in the middle sliding doors to a covered back patio here, which means up here in northern Colorado, with the 300 plus days of sunshine, you'll be able to enjoy your outdoor space year-round almost. So decent sized lot. I mean, most of the Bridgewater homes that we've toured in the past, and most of the ones that they build are ranch. That seems to be just their more popular product. So you won't have as much yard space because the home itself physically is taking up more space on the lot than if it were a 2-story, but I think that's okay. Because as I've learned with my own home ownership journey, mowing kind of sucks. I kind of hate doing it, so that's okay. Enough space for the kids to run around, enough space for the dog to run around, you're okay. So right here, one of the first rooms I walked past is this mud room. This is right off of the 3-car garage, which you know I have to show you guys as a car guy myself. Now it's gonna get really echoey in here, so bear with me, but this is such a crazy design. So we've got this big platform that we're walking down. We've got a normal slot right here, so if you drive like a Toyota Camry or something, you've got plenty of space here. If you drive a truck, a big SUV, you'll want to park it on this side, but the third bay goes all the way back here, and in fact we have a garage service door that goes out to the backyard that also has its own platform. I've not seen a builder do platforms for their garage stairs yet, but as you can see, this goes out back. Now, fences haven't been built yet, and it depends on what the builder's offering. Some of them will do your side fencing, some of them will do your wing fencing. We'll double check that, and I'll include a little edit in here with what the fencing is, because I forgot to ask about it. Because the model that we just walked through is of course fenced already. But we'll go back inside. I want to show you guys the rest of the house that we skipped. Now, just for some scale, because I know the camera doesn't always do the homes that we're in justice, this is a 9-foot tall entry door here that we're working with, and you've got a couple feet before we hit the ceiling. Now, this is the entry, and as we come in off the entry, we're immediately greeted by this beautiful open staircase. I love this. It just gives that open floor plan more flow and a more open and frankly a larger feeling versus if this were walled off and stared off completely differently. Now, right off of the entry here in the front is going to be our first coat closet. Then coming further back, we're gonna have our powder bath or our main floor bathroom for guests, for the 2 occupants of this bedroom, however you want to lay it out. Now right here is a linen closet. I like to point out closets because it's one thing that I have found buyers, and from personal experience, when you're in the moment, when you're excited about the new sexiness of this new home and how it smells and how it feels and all that stuff, something slip your mind. So we've got 2 closets right here off of the entry. Linen, coats, shoes, whatever you want to do there. Now coming back here, we have secondary bedroom, number 1. Very, very good size in here. You could get a king bed with furniture, with chairs, with a desk, with anything. Its own closet right over here next to me. It's kind of hard with the doors and such, but they are just standard sliding doors. So I'll give you a pan of the rest of the room. Try and get it in with the focal length of the lens, but then the other camera, or the other bedroom, what am I thinking? Other bedroom has a little bit different shaped closet. That one's more of a walk-in, but again, I mean, for secondary bedrooms, these are huge. Now, off of the 2 secondary bedrooms, we have bathroom number 2, just a standard shower tub combo, matching quartz countertop, matching hardware throughout. Again, I pointed out in every single video, if you've watched any other video, if you haven't watched any other videos, I point out some spots that most big box builders are cutting corners on. Real tile floor where there's water. That's a huge piece, and frankly, I think most builders are just lazy that they don't do it. Also, paired with the real tile floor, they tiled all the way up to the ceiling. Now, realistically, most builders don't do this because I really don't think you need to, but it's one of those things, you're in here, you're spending the money on the home. It's one of those things that maybe I'm spoiled because everything that we've toured and everything we've sold, I expect this, especially in this price point. For them to not have done this, frankly, would have been unacceptable. And I know it sounds like I'm ranting, but there are builders that sell this size home more expensively that don't do that. So I like to call it out when I see it to show you guys the attention to detail that Bridgewater Homes has put into all of their homes. Now, from the hallway that we just walked through, this is your laundry room. Of course, washer and dryer will go right here. Dryer hooks up here, washer hooks up here. I love the amount of storage space that we have here. And it wasn't until we moved into our home, because I had told my wife how badly I wanted a sink in our laundry room. She just never understood why until you have a laundry room with a sink. It's just one of those things. Again, soft close cabinetry throughout, real tile floor, and again, that deep sink. Now, I'll show you what's over here next. Now, Bridgewater Homes builds a primary suite unlike most other builders. And I know I just showed you the laundry room and the hallway where the secondary bedrooms are, but for some context, I want to show you where we're at now because it's all going to make sense here in about a minute. So we're back in the family room. There's that fireplace I just showed you a little bit ago. There's the kitchen. Right behind me is the primary suite. Now, when I tell you they build it unlike any other builder, it's because it takes up almost its own wing of the house. So we come in to the primary bedroom itself. Obviously, it's huge, like the rest of the bedrooms are, and it's scaled up to the same degree that I would expect a primary suite be, given the height of the ceiling and the actual floor plan, the footprint that we're working with here. Now, staged with a king bed, you've got a dresser there, nightstands right there. I wanna show you the bathroom because this is my favorite part. Now, bear with us, it's gonna get echoey, but I think this is just sweet. His and hers vanity, not a true dual vanity where it's 2 sinks right here, but in fact, you've got one sink here and the other sink right here. So guys watching this, you know how nice it is to have your own space that isn't crowded. Now, what I wanted to show you guys is back here. I recently learned how terrible it is having a glass shower. So you come back in here, and I didn't turn the light on before we got in here. This is where I said it's gonna get really echoey. This entire back piece of that secondary vanity that I just showed you, the entire wall behind it is the shower. So it's secluded, it's tiled all the way. You've got dual shower heads and an adjustable one with the controls for the showers being right here. You don't have to walk into the shower or reach into the shower to turn the water on and have it start warming up. Now, the water closet, this drives me crazy every time because it's the official name for these, is a water closet. It's just a room where the toilet is. Actually, nice design because we have ourselves a little pocket door here. So instead of swinging out or swinging in, this just tucks right into the door. Linen closet, linen shelves. It's not really a closet because there's no door, but linen shelves right here in the bathroom. Nice and conveniently located. Big closet. I mean, it's definitely a hers and his shelves right here. It goes all the way back here with spots to hang everything. I love built-ins in closets. I just think it makes organization and cleanliness that much easier. And as a married man myself, it's nice that the builder has thought of where I can put my clothes in an otherwise large closet. Now that laundry room I just told you about is right here. So if you remember, I said we're in the front of the house. Like I just said, the primary suite takes this entire wing of the house. And here we are back in the laundry room, which amazing how convenient that location is to the primary closet here. You just right in here, laundry, back in there, put away, done. Okay, so we're downstairs now in the basement. Now this, like I mentioned when I introduced the house to you, the builder has optioned this with an unfinished basement just to keep that price under that $1 million threshold. However, I wanted to still show it to you guys to show you how much more space that you have if you did want to finish it down the road, or if you just needed extra storage space. We calculated that upstairs, based off of the total square footage that we're working with here, upstairs is right under 2,500 square feet, which means we've got a full print down here to work with that is of equal size. Now, downstairs in the basement is where your mechanicals are gonna be located, so that's great. You don't have a closet upstairs. You don't have to worry about upstairs flooding if something happened to the water heater. So we've got a very, very nice carrier AC system and furnace system with a whole home humidifier attached to it. They did this in the model home that we just toured. They're doing it in their spec homes as well, so it's good to see that it's an inclusion or a very popular option. Tankless water heater, again, takes a little bit to warm up. If you don't have one, takes a little bit to warm up, but theoretically, this is an infinite hot water supply because it heats the water as you call for it. When you turn the switch on, it's not this tank of preheated water. So back here is where our water and our irrigation shutoffs are gonna be. As you can see, we do have a true legal egress window, so this could be finished off. Over here is a bedroom, or over there is a bedroom, or over there as a bedroom. If you wanted to add 3 more bedrooms, you have the ability to do so. If you wanted to leave half of it finished, I mean, it's expensive to finish a basement, but having an unfinished basement gives you that blank slate to do whatever you want with the space. Bridgewater Homes continues to be one of my absolute favorite builders, and I love showcasing their communities to all of you guys. With that in mind, when it does come time to buy or sell a home here in the Denver metro or northern Colorado area, you guys know we would love nothing more than the opportunity to help. Shoot us a call, send us a text, phone numbers on the screen for you, whatever is easiest. We can't wait to make your move to Colorado become a reality. This is the Mile High Living channel. I'm your host, Mitch Mahaffey, and we'll see you guys in the next one.